Magic here, and welcome back to the Wrath of the Rune Lord. This is basically a sort of testing video for starters because I have moved to Adelaide. I've just set up the computer. I'm just seeing if it'll actually function. And what we have to do now is we've actually beaten this scenario. And now it is time to do our deck building. Now, the way this game works is that in between, you can rebuild the decks. Now, over here, if we look at our actual decks, we can have, this character can have 6 spells, 3 items, 2 allies, and 4 blessings. And as we level up, we can add, bonuses to increase that. But we also, reward. Each character draws a random blessing that has the corrupted trait from the box. So every character gets a random blessing that we can draw for it's got to have the corrupted trait somewhere. There will be one. There's one. Is that the only type that's corrupted? 2. I know that one's not corrupted. Yeah, so I think that one is the only type that's corrupted. Yeah, so let's just 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, I don't actually have 6 of these things that are corrupted. So none of them are corrupted. That's a mythic. So I've only got 4 blessings with the corrupted trait. So that's pretty harsh. Each character draws a random blessing that has the corrupted trait. Oh wait, that's for completing the godless ones, which we haven't completed. Oh no, that is what we completed. That's the first quest. How annoying is that? Okay, so we can only get 4 of these, unfortunately. So that's that. So everyone's got 4 of these as well. Well, we've got 4 of these in our pool. So the way it works is we can now share cards between every single character. So it's a bit of a hassle to do. So let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is just go yonk. Right, so that is all done. So I've separated all the cards that we've earned, including the cards from our decks, into these piles. We've got our ally pile, spells, blessings, and so forth. So this is everything we've collected on our adventure. So now we've got to go through and build the decks for each of these characters, and we'll just try and do this quickly. But basically, 6 spells, 3 items, 2 allies, and 4 blessings. Now, if we remember correctly, acquire spells. After you play a spell, recharge a random spell from your discard pile. So she has basically 2 uses in game. She can either be a very powerful healer, because she's just chucking out every time she heals, she actually pulls another heal from her discard pile, or she can be a very, very powerful attacker. In fact, maybe even better at attacking because she's got discard a spell to reduce cold fire. So she's good at fighting, later on when the enemies have lots of abilities. Now she's got Arcane D12 plus 1, Knowledge D12 plus 3, and she can acquire spells with that. So, that's what we can do with her for spells. But we also have Kiara, who is actually a spellcaster. She actually a healer. I mean, she is literally a healer. So, her ability allows her to heal instead of casting, spells. So she can become like a warrior priest, where she uses her ability to heal, but uses actual combat strength and maces and stuff to fight. So she's very, very good. We also have Shiadra, or whatever, who is another pretty decent spellcaster. We've got a lot of spellcasters in this set. So what have we got here? We didn't use this ability once because I suck at this game. Recharge a spell to reroll the dice. Okay, so she doesn't have too much going on. And finally, we have Sione, who is just a straight-up mage. So basically, I think Kiara and this chickie should be our two main healers. So let's have a look through the spells. We actually have 3 heal spells that we've gained over the course of this game. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give one of these spells to her, and I'm going to give 2 of these spells to you. Okay. Now, she can recharge for free anything that has an arcane on it. So let's just have a look at the arcane spells. We have Lightning Touch. We have Dazzle. We have Viper Strike. Actually has Divine. Might use that on Kiara. It's actually got a picture of Kiara. Force Missile. So how many can she take again? She can take 3 spells. So let's see how we've mixed up because what we're trying to do here is get attack spells, but mix the traits up. So this one is Arcane Attack Electricity. This one is Arcane Attack Force. And this one is Arcane Attack Mental, which is pretty good. Sacred Weapon, that's melee and range D8s. No, that doesn't really help us. So I think that's what we're going to do for her. So these are going to go to Sione. And that's all she can get for her spells. She's only allowed 3 spells. And how many spells can she have? She can have 3 spells, and we've got 2. And she can have 6 spells, and we've got 1. So I think her next one might be actually might take Viper Strike. Divine plus 2d4 versus melee plus... Okay, so Divine Weapon just increases our melee to d8s plus the scenario length. That doesn't really help us because we're in scenario B at the moment. So I guess, we're in... Yeah, so we're in scenario B, which means we get no additional. So her strength is a d6. Using Sacred Weapon, it's a d8. But we can take Viper Strike, which is a d12 plus 2d4. So we're definitely going to take that. And that's her 3 spells done. Okay, she also has weapons. So next we have this dude who can just take 1 billion spells. So again, let's take... I like to have attack spells. Frigid Blast... Dazzle. What else have we got here? Viper Strike. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. She can have another 2 spells. Sanctuary is a pretty damn good spell. Increases wisdom. Her wisdom is like a freaking d12 plus 3 though, so like she doesn't need one. What else have we got here? There was another one I remembered was pretty good. Was it? Here. For combat check, discard this card to use your Divine plus a 2d4. You know, I reckon I would rather use that with her. So... Create Pit. Maybe we'll take some... She does not have Divine, okay? So she's only got Arcane, Craft, and Knowledge, which means anything that requires Divine only will be banished and won't be able to be gotten back. She's got Arcane, Arcane Divine, Arcane Divine. And this one is Divine. So she can't actually have a cure, because that means that it'll automatically... So let's give the cure to our Paladin over here. I think I'll take Burst Bonds, because there's quite nasty barriers in this game, this scenario. And I think we'll just call it there. That's about all we need for her. So that's her 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, God, we're going to need one more. She doesn't have the Divine, so we can't take Fireblade. I might just do a Detect Demon. Where is that? Detect Demon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So basically, if we get 2 Detect Demons, we could cast Detect Demon and take Detect Demon out of our... How do we discard? After play... Oh, no. We do not have the Divine skill, so we can't do that combo. If you don't have the Divine skill, banish this card. You can't use that one either. So I'll take Glibness and I'll take Sanctuary. Brilliance might be good as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I want to have her to have at least a whole bunch of attack spells, though. Yeah, so I think I'll do that. I'll give her Sanctuary and Glibness. And that's that. So, your blam. So that's her 6. Now, she gets 1 spell. We've given her a cure. She gets 3 spells. We've given her 2 cures and a Fireblade. She gets 3 spells. We've given her all attack spells. 2 spells for you. And another 5 spells. No wonder we've got so many spells. Wow. So she'll take Fang, Enchanted Fang for sure. And she got Divine. I might give her this one. Give her utility spells rather than attack spells. So she gets 2 spells. And she gets 5 spells. Wow. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're discarding 6 basically. Now she has Divine. So we'll take Fireblade. We'll take Detect Demon. Agility's pretty nice. We'll take Agility. Frigid Blast. That Divine skill, that's fine. I do want to have a Brilliance. Sacred Weapon. Don't know if I really care about Sacred Weapon. It might be good later on. That's going to become better. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What else have we got here? Glibness, Viper Strike. That's got Divine on it too. Yeah, so she's got given her 2 attack spells. I think I'll give her Viper Strike. I prefer that, just thematically. We're definitely taking Sacred Weapon. And I think we'll take Brilliance and Agility. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's her done. And that is all the spells done. Now we need... Okay, so no weapons, no armor, 3 items. Okay. So the item deck is this deck here. There's only 11 cards in here, so not quite as many to choose from. Now, we definitely want the Holy Grenade to go to this chickie, which is 1. She gets 1. And that is because her ability here, her heal, requires you to discard a card with a Divine trait. So we want she can only carry one item. So we want one item that has a divine trait, because that'll have its own utility, but also be usable to, cast her heal. So let's just see if there's anything else with divine trait. I think researcher should be in the people deck. Is that all the items I have? Doesn't seem like much. I must have used a lot of potions. Yeah, so there's not a lot of stuff here. So she's definitely taking the holy water grenade. It looks like we have 2 of them. She can take 3 items, 2 items. Okay, so I'm going to give one of these to you. I'm going to give the other Sage Journal to... Who's a good fighter? Your knowledge. That would be really good to give to her. We really need to get her to have 2 items, because it's just not enough. Striding allows you to move around. That might go well with you, because you're the fighter. She can have only 1 item though. So I think I will give her that one. We'll keep the Sage Journal. We'll put the Sage Journal. Did I give you one? No. So you can have a Sage Journal. Sage Journal is to defeat Banes. So very, very strong. Codex. Add a card to acquire a boon. Good. Oh, and that's it. I'm out of freaking items. I can't believe I'm out of items. I've got to have more items than that, right? Nope, they're all armors. They're all blessings. Spells are done. Yep, looks like that's all the items I have. So what happens now is, if you don't have enough items to fill everybody, because they come with a lot of potions that we've used, you then have to draw items from the item area. And it's not random. You can take any item you want, but it has to be basic. So see how that says book basic? I can basically take any basic item. So she still needs 1 item. So I'm going to take... Have we got crowbars in this one? Oh, Ring of Climbing, Magic Accessory Basic. That's freaking awesome. Let's grab that. I'm going to give that to you. She can take 3, right? No, only 2, so you're done. You can take 3. How many can you take? You can take 2. That's an excellent thing. And it's got the magic trait. Shuffle your location deck, reveal this card, examine the top card of the deck. Wow. You can only have 1. Okay, so that's everyone, right? 3 items. Oh, there's one more item we need to get. That's another armor. Don't know what that's doing in here. Screwed up my discarding, I think. Tool. Another armor. Wow, I've got to check these decks before I start the next game. Oh, here we are. Trapsmith gloves. Excellent. Let's grab that. Did we give her those cuffs? No, they were divine, so we didn't. So that is... Okay, so just to check. 3 items. 3 items. One item. 2, 3 item. What? 1 item. So that's her done. Flip these over. And that'll be finalized decks. Three items, yep. Two spells and 2 items, yep. And another 2 items. Okay, so that's items done. Next, 2 allies. Now, basically we have 2 characters that have special cohorts. These are in addition to their normal setup. So he gets Loren, and this dude, let me just do that again. There we are, so they don't go into the deck. And this one gets you. Now, for pets, for starters, this dude here has special powers based upon, well, basically this person later on, as she gets better, she'll be able to recharge animal trait cards. So we want to give her animals, basically, is what I'm trying to say here. Where is the ally deck? Here it is. So let's give her the dog, because the dog is all sorts of awesome. And we want to only keep ones that have explore abilities on it. That's a kind of a rule with mine. And we'll give her the vulture as well. Give her the vulture, I said. And she can have 3 allies. Now, what does this thing do? When you encounter this card, recharge this card to explore your location. If you encounter a monster, shuffle this card into a random open location instead of recharging it. When a card would banish this card from your hand, bury the card instead. I reckon we may as well keep this. We'll put. I don't think I'll give it to her though. I might give her the frog. Definitely getting the frog because it deals with traps. I give 1 ally to her. She gets 1 ally. This chick gets 2. I think I might give one of them a horse. Allows her to move locations. Kind of bit of a combo with... We don't really... how many allies does she get? 2 allies. Ooh, Frilled Lizard is freaking awesome. I might give Frilled Lizard instead of Vulture, right? Actually, no. I'll keep the Vulture. Actually, yeah, I'll get rid of the Vulture and I'll give her the Thrilled Lizard. And I'll give you the Vulture. And for her second one, I'll give you the Recruit. So I think we might... What did I do with the item? Oh, we used all the items, right? Okay, whatever. So that's 2. She gets 1. She gets 2. So I think we'll take a Researcher for her. And, well, she doesn't really need that, does she? Because... basically, it's only to acquire a spell that her ability goes off. Yeah, so we'll definitely take a Researcher. And just for funs and giggles, we'll give her the Carbuncle. And this chick here, we'll give her the... Divine. This is an Apprentice. It's a Divine spell. Let's give it to her. She gets 2 allies. Excellent. Give her a Researcher. She gets 4 allies. Let's give her a horse. Let's give her the Demon Hunter. And let's give her the Librarian. So I think that's it. She gets 3 though, doesn't she? 2 allies. So what have we missed? Diplomacy check, non-combat strength check, automatic succeed an arcane check. It's pretty freaking awesome. She only gets 1, unfortunately. I want to keep that frog. I want to keep the Apprenticed. I do like the Vulture. She needs animals. This guy. 1 to any combat. Yeah, so let's... use the Blackwind Librarian. She's already got 1. Let's give it 2. Okay, so that's the end of the allies. So just to recap, we have 2 allies. We've got the Apprentice, which is Intelligence Charisma boost, plus a Explore. And we've got the Carbuncle, which is just a weird card, which I want to use. It's actually not a good card. Then this girl has 2 allies. We've given her the horse, so she's got a bit of freedom to move around, and a Recruit to do a bit of extra damage. We have 1 ally here. This is the frog. This allows you to help with obstacles and traps, which is a big important thing in this particular scenario. She has 2 allies. We've given her the Vulture and the Apprentice. The Apprentice, it helps with Divine or Arcane checks. And it's a recharge, not a discard, which is freaking awesome. And the Vulture allows you to discard damage and send them to other people, other characters, so the cards aren't lost. So if you get, it's a great way to get cards, and then discard them to other people. And that's a way of sort of trading, like doing a sneaky trade without actually having to, trade properly. Oh, no! Oh, I pressed the wrong button. It snatched all the cards from there. That is so annoying. So I think I can remember it. We gave her potion, 2 cures, and a fire blade. We then gave her the frog. So that's that. So she should have 5 because it was 3 spells, 1 item, 1 ally. Okay, and so she gets the Vulture and the Apprentice. So she has 9 cards so far. So she should have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I do know what I'm doing. I screwed up by having these the wrong way around. There we go. And we're giving the 3 animals. Mastiff is just awesome because it's a dog with a little saddle. So I don't care what the stats are. The lizard is a +2 2d4s against Banes with veteran traits. It's going to come in very handy. And the frog, again, is just the obstacle blocker. And over here, we've got librarians to automatically succeed at arcane traits, which we maybe don't even need because she's got such good arcane. What was the other one? What are the other things in here? Constitution and wisdom. It actually might be better to get one of them. And athlete, strength, dexterity. Yeah, let's take the athlete, actually. Yeah, we'll take the athlete because that'll help us with dexterity challenges at Banes. So that is 4 allies to her. Yablam. Okay. So, next, blessings. So she gets blessings now. She gets 4 blessings. So the way I do blessings is, let's just do it this way. Okay, so it doesn't really matter. Basically, I just separate all the default blessings from the non-defaults. Now, this adds, discard this card to add 2 dice to any combat, strength, or dexterity test. So that's extremely good. And I'm going to give 1 of these to everybody. 2, 3, 4. So who has the most blessings? That's 4 blessings, 4 blessings, 6 blessings, 5 blessings. Oh, she's already got 1. 4 blessings, 5 blessings. So I want to have the corrupted ones, but I don't want them to be the most commonly drawn. So I'm going to give them to whoever's got the most slots. And then all we need to do, because they're the only blessings we have, we just need to fill up the rest. So she gets 4, 1, 2, 3. She gets 4. How many do you get? You get 5, don't you? 6. Oh my God. Oops. 6, not 7. 4, 4, 6. She gets 5, 4. Helps if I can do this correctly. Okay, so just to cap, she has 4, 6. Okay, so she's completely done. Just go bam. So she should have 15 cards, right? 15. 6 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2. Okay, 15. I think we did it right. Woohoo! Okay, now, this chick gets 4 weapons. She gets 2 weapons, no weapons, 3 weapons, and no weapons. So, basically, she definitely wants the composite bow because she has really great dexterity ranged. So, crossbow. I think I'm going to give her the javelin. The javelin gets banished if you bury it and then banish it. So it's not particularly great. Let's just put these. I'm going to put these sort of up in the air for now. We do have, what's this thing? That's a dexterity ranged as well. Let's give her that for now. So that is, she gets 3 weapons. We didn't pick up many weapons, unfortunately. No weapons for you. We're definitely going to take the mace. She only gets 2 weapons. So we've got a mace. What's the scythe do? It's 2-handed. What other swords we've got? Swords of slashing, long spear, that's 2-handed as well. So if we give the long spear and the scythe, they're both 2-handed, because she's got healing, remember? So she doesn't need to use her armor. So we'll give the sickle here. So that's 2. I think that's it. 1, 2. 2 weapons. And there's 2 more weapons go here. Got the 3 weapons, so basically she gets the sword. And the final weapon is the bolas, which is a ranged weapon. And then we've got the 2 crappy these things. Dexterity range. She got dexterity or range. Wow. So none of these are any good. Dexterity or 4. Constitution, nope. So somehow we ended up with a whole bunch of unusable. Oh, she should be done too. 15 cards, yep. Somehow we've ended up with 3 cards that are completely unusable for this character. So I guess we'll just give her the javelin, because at least she can use that. It'll just be, it's still dexterity ranged. You may get an additional 2d6s. So basically, we can use this for 4 d6s, even though our range skill sucks, which is actually pretty damn good. So that's that. Boom. Okay, so that is 4 weapons, 2 weapons. I think she's done as well, right? 14. So what has she got? 1 armor and 3 weapons. Whoop. And now we have armor. So she gets 2 armor. Set. And we've got some quite decent little armor here. Tratsmith gloves. That's an item. I should have had those available. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take out the potion of striving and put in the Tratsmith gloves for his. You know what this means? This means we wouldn't have been able to take that other set of gloves because we would have had enough gloves, because you can only take ones from the box if you run out. So we gave the Tratsmith gloves to someone else that we took from the box. So this will have to go to the table and he'll have to keep the potion of striding, whatever. So let's just have a look at the armor now. Okay, this guy can take 3 armors, and because we've basically got all 2-handed weapons, we don't want him to have shields. We'll give him the corroded helm. We'll better keep the corroded because we needed corrupted armor. We needed corrupted objects for completing one of these zones. So I think we'll continue to keep some of these items. What have we got? Magically padded armor. Excellent. We'll actually give that to her as well, because if we're proficient in armors, which I believe she is. Yeah, she's proficient in all armors. Remember last time, because she's only got a hand size of 4 and she takes so little damage, it was hard for us to get new cards in our hand. This card here will actually be able to discard. We can recharge it every time we want. And for the last one, we'll just take, what's this? We'll just take a leather armor. Magical scale armor. She's proficient in heavy armors. Let's give her that. She can only take light armors. It's heavy, leather, hide armor is light. Combat damage by 1. Banished to 0. It's exactly the same. She's kind of like a druid. Let's give her the hide armor. And this is also light armors. So let's get rid of this leather armor. We'll give her the scale armor. Give her one of these. That's a heavy armor, so she can't use it. She can take 2 armor, so she'll take the corrupted. And she can take 1 armor. So that's that. And she can take 1 armor. So that should be it. 12, 13, 14, 15. Yep, so she's done. Whoop. 13, 14, 15. 14, 15. 14, 15. And there you go. There's my decks for the next session. Beautiful. Okay, so I clear the dice. And now I'll just quickly check that these are all spells. Yep. Flip over these things. Yoink. Are these all armors? Yep. All ally. Yep. These are all blessing. Yep. And these are all. Yep. So we're just going to have a quick look through these decks. Make sure they're all correct. They are definitely all blessings. Now these are all armors. These are all weapons. Yep, they're all weapons. Sweet dragon costume. I can't wait to get it. This is armors, right? Yeah, that's an armor. I think that's all correct. Items. Yes, they're all items. What happened to the... Here it is. Definitely an item. Okay. And allies. Yep. Right, so now that we've confirmed everything's correct, we just need to dismantle the location decks. And of course, this will work, I think. Yep. You know, I might have been able to... There's another corruption. 1. Yeah, so they're the other 2 corruptions. I'm going to just take that as well. So who didn't get a corruption? You got a corruption. So we'll give 1 to you. You got a corruption, I believe. You got a corruption. You didn't get a corruption. So take out one of those blessing corruption. And you got a corruption. Okay, so now everyone actually got the corruption blessing reward that they were supposed to. And I've just got to do these decks. Yeah, I think I'm actually supposed to put these things into the... that's an item. But some of these items really look like weapons. I think I'm supposed to put these... Dismantle the decks before I do the deck building. And that way I have access to some of the missing content. And I think that is everything. Oh, demoling. Play. Okay, I'm ready to set up the next quest. Go back to your... And the Godless Ones has been finished. Bam. Beautiful. So now it is just Elven Entanglement. So we'll just build these quests right now. Now, I don't think we add anything to the decks because this is all just a scenario B. But now we're doing Elven Entanglement. So let's just find that. That's this one here. So we'll just do that right now. So boom. We require the Dark Forest, the Watchtower. So what's this? Dark Forest. The first one. So location 1, let's just shuffle all the decks, flip over that. Okay, the Dark Forest needs 2 monsters. I think this is right. I don't think we add anything to the decks, right? Yeah, we don't add anything to the decks. We're not going to add anything more because we're still in Adventure B. Right, so Dark Forest, 2 monsters. Hopefully this works. 1, 2, yep. Then we need 1 barrier. Then we need 1 weapon, 1 spell, 1 armor, 1 item. 1 spell, 1 armor, 1 item, 1 ally, 1 blessing. Oh, it's got a bit of everything, the Dark Forest. Booyah. Okay. Location 2. We need the Watchtower. Oops. Okay, so we actually have used this before. So 2 monsters, 1 barrier, 2 weapons, 2 armor, 2 ally. I've got to save a camera quicker. There we are, saved. Wounded Lands. That's a new one, I think. 2 monsters, 3 barriers, 1 weapon. Ooh, I just did it. Bam. 2 monsters, 3 barriers, 1 weapon. 1 armor, 1 item, 1 ally. Okay. Cemetery. 3 monsters, 1 barrier, 2 weapons. Oop, just set it to like... I really need to fix this script so after you okay it, it just automatically goes to the next one after you click it 9 times. Anyway, what am I doing? Because this little bit of scripting here wasn't done by me. I took it from another mod on the Nexus. I mean on the workshop. But now that I've gotten a lot better at scripting, I want to fix it. Fix this eventually. But before I release this mod publicly, I will definitely do that. Okay, where was I? 3 monsters, 1 barrier, 2 weapons, 1 barrier, 2 weapons, 1 armor, 1 item, 1 blessing. God, there's so much things, is there? Armor, 1 blessing. Not a lot of blessing. Horrible wastelands. So there should be 9 of these, yeah, so that's correct. Okie dokie. Location 5 is the Abyssal River. Ooh, that doesn't sound good. What's the Abyssal River? When you are dealt combat damage, you are dealt poison damage instead. Damn. Okay, so that is 3 monsters, 2 barriers, 1 spell, 1 item, 1 ally, 1 blessing. Okie dokie. Next is the guard post. Sounds like a good place. What's this sucker do? At the start of your turn, summon and encounter the henchman. Corrupted soldier. What? Not good. So that is location 6 now. We are on 3 monsters, 2 weapons. We are on 2 armors, 2 allies. Okay. Finally, we have the caravan. Oh no, there's one more after this. Blam. What's this sucker? If you move or are moved from this location, move to a random other location. If you move or are moved, move from this location. Okay, that's pretty cool. Okay, we need 3 monsters, 2 barriers, and a weapon. We also need an armor, an item, an ally. And finally, location 8 is the Molten Pool. Whoa, awesome. What's this one? This doesn't sound good. When any character at this location would be dealt combat damage, the character is dealt fire damage instead. At the start of your turn, you are dealt 1 fire damage. Now, does that mean I can't use armor to block that kind of stuff? I'll have to check that out. I know I can't. I don't think I can use, shields and stuff to block the deal 1 fire damage, but I should still be able to block the deal fire damage during combat, right? I'll have to check that out because that's really bad if I can't. So it's 2 monsters, 3 barriers, and a weapon. An armor, an item, a blessing. Wow, it's really hard to get blessings in this quest. Bam. Okay, so that is that. Let's give it a shuffle. And then I just place this thing on here. And if I remember my script right, isn't there a button that just creates blessing deck? My create blessing deck button got destroyed after I did this thing. That's a bit of an error in my mod, isn't it? So basically, let me just save this because I've done so much. Where is it? Pathfinder. Deck edit 01. Oh, caps lock is on, whatever. Yeah, so if I just go Pathfinder, this is my Pathfinder mod. Let's expand this. Ooh, let's try that again. Expand. Oh, God. Okay, I guess that doesn't work. Let's try one more time. Not blessing. What do I want? Pathfinder. Oh, the dice. Level up blessings. No. Flip. Godless deck. Roller. Oh, man, it's been so long since I've looked at this mod. I really need to fix this mod up. It's because I only made it for the forum. So what's this one? YouTube's written on there. What the hell? Scale cards. That's the button. You blam. Create blessing deck. So now if I click this, it should just go boom. Beautiful. And that is now done. Shuffle that. Shuffle these suckers. Give them a lock. And now I am ready to play the next session, basically. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Booyah. Okay, that is it. Wrath of the Rune Lords. We are ready to do the Elven Entanglement. I'll do the story and everything next, and we'll be ready to go. I just want to quickly add during the editing that this was a pretty bad video. I'm pretty sure no one would get to the end of this, but if you did, congratulations. Thank you. But what I'm going to do for the future deck building videos, I'm going to build the decks and then I'm going to speed up the entire deck creation process and just do a voiceover explaining what the deck's going to be, and then I'll have a little bit at the end where I just go through the decks, because this video was like nearly 2 hours long and it was just a complete mess, and I sped a lot of things up, but when you speed up the footage, everything goes out of sync and it's a real pain. So sorry that this isn't a particularly great video, but the next deck editor for Pathfinder, I'll try and fix it up and make it more fun. Sorry about that. Sweet. I will see you guys next